Hey, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm doing a playthrough of Catharsis, the Divine Wrath set specifically. And disclaimer that I was sent a review copy of this one. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So I think Colin did a video on the channel of the original set, but this is the newer set, although I will say that I'm specifically covering this one now because there is a reprint of the original set coming to crowdfunding. Might be up already by the time you see this. So they sent me a copy, and I thought I'd give it a try. So if you haven't seen the game before, this is somewhat reminiscent of something like Dice Throne. You have very different and unique characters, each with a whole bunch of cards, although you only usually get 6 of them at a time. These other things are just like kind of setup and rules for my character, and these are treasures for the specific scenario I'm playing. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, generally speaking, on your turn, you roll your 6 dice, and like in Dice Throne or Yahtzee, you can re-roll up to 2 times, and you are using the dice to activate different cards to do damage to bosses and block damage from them. And I should say it's not all combat. Actually, you're going through like a whole deck of cards, and there will be like traps and encounters and events and those kind of things, and all of them will have like narrative text to go along with them, but the main mechanical meat of the game is in these card activations. Now, as you activate cards, you flip them to their basically damaged side, called their exhausted side. Also, as enemies attack, you are flipping cards. And if you run out of cards to flip, or you don't want to flip a card, then instead you can remove a card entirely, but that takes it out of the game for the rest of your entire quest, which can go like 90 minutes. That's usually a bad idea. But at the end of any combat round or in between encounters, you can spend morale, which is just tracked by this little board here, to flip every single one of your cards back up. So it's pretty cheap to heal fully as long as you don't die entirely. But as morale drops to these highlighted spots, you're going to have different effects trigger on these cards. And if morale goes all the way to 0, or if all of your characters are completely defeated, they have no cards left, then you lose the game. To win the game, you got to go through the deck and get to the boss. In this case, I'm playing one of the new bosses, which are also quite asymmetric and different in Divine Wrath. And that is this crab that is digging tunnels to try to like sink the city we're in down into the earth. And for him, we're basically going through 3 tiers of encounters. So we'll have 6 cards at a time, and then a guardian. So there's a tier 1 guardian, then 6 cards that are a little bit harder, and then a tier 2 guardian, 6 harder cards, and a tier 3 guardian, and then finally the crab. And the cards in between guardians are a mix of monsters, traps, which are negative, and events, which are positive. Then another thing that is unique to the crab is we start with these treasure cards and can gain more and also level them up as we go, although they are not wholly positive. Like this golden shield, for example, level 1, it just prevents some damage from the boss, but at level 2, it prevents damage but also hurts us every round. And that kind of thing keeps on happening as it levels up even further, where we are getting hurt and helped at the same time. So, yeah. Now, let me walk you through my character. You could play with a whole team of people, but as you can see, it already takes up a lot of space. These are very large cards, if you can't tell. So, yeah, playing with like 3 characters would eat up a lot of real estate. But I'm playing with Gaz, who is this world champion brawler. And what's her special mechanic? It's pretty cool. It's comboing. So how she works is every card in the game pretty much has a top and a bottom section. And for most characters, it's just 2 different ways to activate the card. So like I could activate it this way or this way, and either way it would exhaust, and you would have used it the one time that you could. But for Gaz, it's a little different. When you do her top activations, you don't flip the card over. In fact, you don't do anything at all at first. Instead, you just put a combo down. So again, you're not even resolving the text of the card. Like I'm not doing 2 damage or dealing 2 damage and dealing myself 1 damage. I just put a combo token down, and then once per round, as a passive ability, I can add a combo to a place that already has a combo. I can flip my card. This is called your roll card. You can flip this, and when you spend morale to heal all your cards, you get to flip back over. But I can flip it to add combo to up to 3 powers that already have 1 or more combo. And what does combo do? Well, it does 2 things. First of all, at the start of every round, you get to automatically do for free without spending any dice all of the abilities on top of cards that you have at least 1 combo of. So here I do 2 damage with multi-attack 2, which means basically I got to split it up. So like do 2 single point damage attacks. Then here I do 2 damage and to hurt myself 1. Then I would do 2 damage there. So those would just fire off over and over for free every round. But as I build up combo by activating them by using my passive, I can instead activate the bottom effect of the card. And if you look at all of them, they tend to do awesome stuff based on how much combo is on them, and they generally do nothing without any combo. So like for this one, the 4-figure fracture, as long as I've got the combo there, I'm going to do 4 damage over and over. But then if I spend 4 dice with value 4 later on, let's say I built up 3 combo, I could do 12 damage. But that, activating the bottom effect and firing off the combo, removes all the combo tokens and does actually exhaust the card. So basically she's like building up stuff and getting free attacks and effects, and then she can do big honking attacks later on. So that's kind of all of her major stuff. To briefly review the treasures, I've got a golden shield that right now is going to prevent 1 damage. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is based on player count. So 1 for single player, 2 for 2 player, 3 for 3 player. So I'm going to prevent 1 damage each round. And I've got this bejeweled top that says each round, each player must adjust 1 die by 1 after rolling, but before making re-rolls. So must, although it sounds like a positive to me, I could roll the dice and be like, oh, I want to get that set of 4s. So I'll do that. That kind of thing. That's how the bejeweled top works. So nice treasure. Let's jump right in and see how we do against the Undercity Crab. So first we have an event, which is generally positive. Underground River. Cutting across your path is a river, not a trickle of water or a stream, a full river. It's unnaturally pristine, and you can see it rushing down a side tunnel. The riverbed is at least 10 feet deep in the center, and it's nearly 30 feet wide. A bridge crosses over the expanse, providing a safe way across. But as you move toward the bridge, you see something glimmering in the water. Or is it the water itself that's shining? Do you have time to investigate? Okay, so you get a lot of choices in these events generally. So it says sticking out of the water, something catches your eye, So we can gain a level 1 treasure, but we discard cards from the boss deck until you encounter a guardian. Decrease morale by 3 or 1 per card discarded, whichever is greater. And I know there are 5 cards left before the guardian, so I would lose 5 morale to get a level 1 treasure. Meh. There's 2 monsters in here, 2 negative traps. Monsters and other fights, whenever you encounter them, you lose 2 morale anyway. But there's a good chance the traps and the 1 positive event that are left won't make me lose morale. And again, treasures can be good, but also they can kind of hurt you sometimes. You immerse your artifact in the water, letting it absorb some of the ambient magic. Okay. Oh, we would level up a treasure and then decrease morale by 2. Okay, so the same thing, except it's a lower minimum, but still would be 5 morale here. Now, do I want to level up my treasures? The bejeweled top would become, must adjust 2 dice by 1 or 1 die by 2, which actually is pretty nice. And then this one is prevent 2 damage each round, but we take 1 damage at the start of each round, and it can't prevent its own damage. See, I don't feel like I'm super in a hurry to level it up. Or nothing happens. You know what? What the hey? Let's just do a nothing happens and keep on going. All right, so next we get our first monster. Oh, the stupid dwarf. My son and I played last night and died pretty quickly, so we'll see if I do any better this time. There are more than a few stories of crazy people running into the tunnels beneath the city for whatever mad reason. Whether it's to escape the pressures of civilized society, a desire to test themselves in one of the most inhospitable environments possible, or a complete break from sanity, such people are not unheard of. The woman before you is one such individual, and she screeches at you like you're killing her children. She suddenly swings her hand forward, and a wave of electricity flows outward. The energy arcs over your head, but you see her recalibrate her angle of attack. You will not be so lucky with her future casts. Your only hope is that the erratic nature of the electricity will cause it to miss more than hit. All right, so this is actually a pretty straightforward one compared to a lot of the monsters. So she's got 12 health. And it says attack. So we take our whole turn, and then they attack. That's basically how it works. Each player rolls a die, deal damage to the party equal to the total number rolled. Subtract 1 if playing solo, minimum 1 damage. So I guess the most I could take would be 5 damage, which is honestly not that bad. There are many monsters in here that can like kill you in 1 attack if you don't block. And with my shield, I should be able to survive somewhat easily, I hope. And here we go. They include a lot of spinners in the game, so we'll go ahead and go to 12. Oh, and we do lose 1 morale for encountering a monster. All right, here we go. So we're going to roll our first roll. You get 2 rerolls, and technically you can like resolve cards and then do rerolls and then resolve cards again and like kind of go back and forth. So I like to use, okay, let's not use combo. I'm going to use 2 of these universal counters to help me remember how many times I have rerolled. And I got 1, 1, 3, 5, 4, 6. I haven't really looked at what numbers I need. So Body Shredder will every round armor shred 1 and deal 1 damage. That will slowly remove armor, which has to be like kind of ablated and gone through every combat round, but this dwarf doesn't have any, so I can pretty much ignore that one. 4-figure Fracture is definitely my most powerful attack. And I mean, really look at it. If I do 4 damage for free at the start of the round and then get 2 combo on it to do 8 more, the dwarf's already dead. But it's also by far my hardest power to fire off. 4 of a kind 4s. Like right now I've got a single one. I could use the Bejeweled Top to get another one, but then I'm just like taking my chance of rolling a bunch. Nail to the Eye prevents damage if I get a 1 and a 4. And then A's and B's means of the same value. So like 2 of a kind and 2 difference of a kind. So like a pair of 2s and a pair of 3s, for example. So this does damage and prevents damage. Okay. Knock Knock, again, does multi-attacks, which doesn't matter too much in this case. They're just going to do the same damage because there's no like special ability to get through. So it's just a bunch of damage, okay? This one deals damage to me, but it's also the easiest to fire off. That's a question mark, which means it can be any value. So worst case, I can guess I can get that one going. And then up, down, or up, high, down, hard. We'll also do 2 damage with a pair of anything. This one is a pair of 3s or a pair of 4s, but it's harder to fire off the final thing, whereas this one's pretty dang easy to fire off. So yeah, maybe I do go for like multiple 4s, because actually this needs 4s, that needs 4s, that needs 4s, that can use 4s. So, okay, I'm going to use my Bejeweled Top and yeah, change the 5 into a 4. And I'm going to just see what happens. I'll use my first reroll. And hey, that's something. Might be dumb to go for this again. Although worst case, I can, again, fire off multiple things, I think. All right, so what the heck? I'm going to use my last reroll, even though I could just take a break and activate some stuff. And that's not a 4. Okay, no worries. So let's get maybe like Knock Knock and up, high, down, hard going. And I feel like maybe the combo will be able to kill this dwarf. Oh, and I can also do Nail to the Eye. Okay, so yeah, let's do 1 and 4 there. So that's going to get its combo, but nothing happens yet, unfortunately. 4 and 4 here. Get a combo going there. And then 6 and 6 here with any pair to get a combo there. And I'll use my passive to add a combo to what? Which of these ramps up damage the fastest? Nail to the Eye does. So let's get another combo and Nail to the Eye so that hopefully I have to flip fewer of these to actually kill her off. Remember, none of these exhaust right now, but I also get literally nothing for this turn. Now you can, unlike most cards in the game, for most characters, you can't activate the same card more than once because, again, it's flipping over. But for her, I could technically like activate Nail to the Eye the first way, and then like I could actually right now fire off Nail to the Eye and flip it with whatever combo it are. Oh, that one doesn't actually do more damage. It's just that it starts at 2 combo instead of 3. Well, whatever, it's fine. But yeah, so you can activate the same card bottom and top in the same round, which most characters cannot do. But for now, we're going to stop there and to see how we do with the dwarf's attack. So they are coming at me. If we killed them, we would not have to deal with this. So they're rolling the die, subtracting 1 because we're solo. Well, that was great. So that's a single point of damage, which the Golden Shield prevents. That was the best round I've ever played of this game. Again, the other 2 times I played, I died very quickly. All right, so we go back to our turn, and we get preventing 1 damage this turn. You just kind of keep track of that, or again, like you can just kind of figure out how you want to do it. They have a ton of counters, but most of them aren't labeled, so there is a little bit of tracking involved in the game. Then I'm dealing 2 damage in a multi-attack 2, which really means 2 attacks of 1 damage each, but doesn't matter here, and 2 more. So I'm doing 4 damage to the dwarf. They are down to 8. And I'm preventing 1 damage plus 1 for my shield. And here, I'll put like a counter over here by the dwarf to show what I'm blocking. Okay, I'm got my 2 rerolls here. And let's see. So I need 2 pair to fire off Nail to the Eye. I've already got enough to fire off up, down, or up, high, down, hard. Knock Knock does do actually more damage. I could use my Bejeweled Top. I've got kind of 4 of a kind, but I don't really want 4 of a kind, do I? Well, let's try to get Nail to the Eye set up. So what if I like flip the 6 to a 5? Because then I got 2 pair for this. Oh, and if I add another combo to that, that's already 8 damage. So yeah, that's all we need. Let's not even worry about the rest. Because I will go... Well, so first I will use my once per turn to add a combo to Nail to the Eye. And then I will fire it off With 3 combo, I deal 8 damage, and I would be preventing 3 damage total, but that's not going to matter. This does flip, but the dwarf is defeated. Yay! And all the combo goes away at the end, all of the other stuff. And now, having finished resolving the Crazed Dwarf card, I could choose to spend a morale to flip all my stuff back, including my roll card if I had flipped it to add more combo. I'm not going to do that. I'm taking a slight chance because I'm going into the next fight slightly hurt, but really I'm close to fully healed, so I think it'll be okay. All right, so what's next? An event again. Devil in Training. The woman before you is only vaguely recognizable as such.
I was waiting for you. No, don't worry. I'm not here for your souls, unless you would like to offer yours.
She looks hopefully at you when a small quake shakes the chamber.
Right. My reason here is to aid you. I've nearly completed my training to become a devil, and I cannot complete it if the city collapses in ruin.
You give her a skeptical look. You've never heard of a person turning into a devil, much less training to become one. And yet, whoever this woman once was has been thoroughly erased by her transformation. This has unsettling implications, but you cannot explore them right now.
Consider this a no-strings-attached gift, more of a trade, really. I'm going to take one of your artifacts, but I'll give you something better in return. My goal is to offer more people a chance to... Another rumble interrupts her. Quickly now, we'll talk later.
Oh man, I have to do this? Discard a treasure and then draw a new one. Set its level 1 higher than discarded treasure. I'd rather not. I like my 2 treasures. Let's see. Bejeweled Top doesn't really seem to do anything bad, except I guess you might have to change your dice more than you would want. So okay, I guess I'll get rid of the Golden Shield, although that's nice at level 1. It gets nastier at level 2. And we're going to get another treasure at level 2. Grizzled Bear Claws. In solo games, this negative effect does not affect you. Increase the damage of each attack of one player by +2 for the round. Decrease the damage of each attack of another player by oh my god, this is amazing. I'm definitely happy to have this one. I'll put 1 token to show that I've leveled it up once. So I'm going to, because I ignore the negative effect, I just get +2 every round to each of my attacks? What the heck? Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to actually beat this stupid crab this time. Oh, we got the other... Oh, man, I hate that. This guy killed us last time. The octopus. The 8-legged animal before you caught you unawares. It was perfectly camouflaged with the ceiling, and it dropped into your midst. While normally the worst that you would expect from an octopus is that it would annoyingly attach to your skin, this one is larger than your whole party combined, and it swings its legs with focused precision. You would swear that this creature is a trained fighter, especially when you see it change its skin to resemble armor. Yeah, I friggin' hate this guy. Look, so he's got 15 health, more than the dwarf. But here's the insane part. Attack. Deal 8 damage to each player. Player reduces damage by 1 for each damage they deal to this monster, which is not great for my character, where I often don't deal any damage in the first round while I'm charging up, so I got to figure that out. It says, do not count damage dealt to this monster's armor in that calculation of how much you reduce its damage. And at this level, it has 2 armor to start, although maybe I'll try to do my body shredder and get rid of that. But yeah, we might die right here, man. I friggin' hate this guy. Because the thing is, you can heal with a morale at the end of a round, but only if you're still alive. And here, if 8 damage got through, it'd be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flip all of those. 6, 7, 8. I'd lose half my cards forever. I mean, we're going to try to not let that happen, of course. And here, I'll mark their armor with that to show what they're going back to. And here we can use more universal things to show whether I've hit the armor. Armor is basically the first thing you have to damage each round, and then you'll get into other stuff. But if I use a body shredder, the armor shred thing means that I take away the armor tokens. Alrighty, so here we go. I'm not even sure what I want, because I want to, I guess, get something activated on top and on bottom. So this one is 4 dice to make that happen. But then I also want to have something else active, so I'm at least doing some free damage the next turn. Okay. So if I want to do up, high, down, hard, I would need a pair and then a 1 and a 2. And that would deal 5 damage if I use my passive to add an extra combo to it. And then I could additionally... Oh, no, I can't. I can't get Body Shredder prepped for 3 while also firing off this. I mean, I could do Sun and Moon. That only needs 3, and then Body Shredder, because that would, if I use my bonus combo to it, that would deal 7 damage, which would get through his armor and stop a lot of the damage coming after me, and then deal myself 2 damage. And then I think I would just, I think that's probably the best I can do. So what do I need? I need 3 and a 6, which I've got. Perfect. I need anything, so that's fine. And then for body, perfect. Okay, so I will use my bejeweled top to move that up. I'm not going to use any rerolls, so I'm going to first put this on Sun and Moon to add a combo to it. Remember, nothing else happens yet. I will use my passive to do another combo on it. I will separately get a combo on Armor or Body Shredder to start getting rid of their armor. And then I will pull off Sun and Moon. So it flips, and I'm doing 7 damage to them and 2 damage to me. Yay. I don't even know. I mean, not Body Shredder is like the main thing here. Oh, wait a second. Increase the damage of each attack of one player by 2. Oh, but does that mean that I also hurt myself more with Sun and Moon? Oh, crud. Let's maybe reconsider this. Hold on, because I forgot about the +2 damage. Okay, rewinding back. What was the die changed? Crud. I think I definitely had the 3 and the 6. I remember that. I think this was a 4, maybe? Okay, I think that's what the dice were. Yeah, because I don't want to hurt myself for 4 damage, which I believe is how this would work. I think these are all attacks. All right, so maybe I don't try to fire off Sun and Moon. Maybe I try to get up, high, down, hard, and knock queued up. Because now I know that this free damage is actually going to be a lot more with the Grizzly Bear Claws. Yeah, I mean, geez. This card now seems a bit dead with those Grizzly Bear Claws, which is unfortunate. So I need a pair and then like a 1 and a 2. I got the 1 and a 2. The pair I could get pretty easily. And then what do I need? I need a pair of 4s or a pair of 3s. That's not ideal. Okay, well, I need to change, I guess, crud. Well, here, I can, change that to a pair to fire that off, or to fire that off, and then, re-roll these to try to get another pair. So I get 2 rolls, right? So first roll, okay. I mean, yeah, this is, super unlikely to happen, right? Now, there is a 6 there. You know what if I keep the 6? This might be poor probability, and I get another 4. That ain't going to do it, is it? Well, I guess best I can do is prep that for 1 combo. And before I fire it off, let's do my passive to add another one. And then, yeah, I guess I'll flip this. It's a bad idea. If I flip it, I could get a 3rd combo and do 8 damage. +2 for my claws would be 10. That would take out his armor and stop all the damage he'd be dealing me this turn. But then, I don't know if I can possibly defeat him again next turn if I'm flipped without spending a morale. So, yeah, fine, I'll flip it. I don't know. All right, takes me to 3 combo, and then I'll use the 1 and the 2 to fire this off and deal 8 + 2, 10 damage. Which takes away his 2 armor and gets him down to 7. So still more life than I would want him to have. And I have done 8 damage to him after armor, so he's hitting me for 0 damage himself this turn. And then I just have a 4 and a 6. I could get the moon triggered. And then at the start of the next turn, I would deal myself 3 damage. And him 4. No, I don't think I want to. Now, the big question is at the end of the round, do I flip all these up? And I think I do. Because if I can get a big attack off, I might be able to kill him this next round. But I think without my roll giving me any bonus combo, that would be pretty much impossible. So I'm going to take a morale. I also took one when I started the fight with the octopus, by the way, so I'm down to 21. And 20, a lot of the ones for the crab actually aren't negative. For 20, it says, if in a combat, each player's attack deals +1 damage, or attacks deal +1 damage this round. So yeah, crossing over the threshold gets me closer to an auto loss, but it's not that bad. All right, so the octopus gets his armor back, and we're going to try to kill him. Basically back to square one, except he's more than half out of life. Okay. So I will say another, triple boosted up, down, hard would defeat him. So I feel that's what I want to go for. Got a 1, but not a 2. I've got a 6, but not a 5. But then I do have a pair either way. So what if I, lower that to be there? Or no, I feel like maybe the smarter thing is to lock in another pair. Let's go for, a pair of 4s. And then with my rolls, actually I roll both of these, 3 of these to try to, sure, let's roll these 3. I feel like this is maybe dumb. Okay, now it definitely feels dumb, although, hey, I got a lot of 4s. I could do my 4-figure fracture, except there's no combo on it. All right, I don't know. Let's roll all of these now for the last roll. Okay, I got the 1 and the 2, and I got a pair, and that's about it. All right, so I was hoping to be able to, do 2 pairs here, so I'll do a pair to get a combo. Then I'll use my passive and flip again to get 2 more and kill him. All right, so he's defeated, but these are gone, and my roll is flipped, so I might want to spend some morale to bring him back. But let's try to maybe tank the damage coming. So I'm not going to spend any morale yet, especially since I'm about to, when I go down, get a bonus for a round. So let's just see how it goes. Okay, we haven't got any traps yet. A sacrifice. Glowing runes ring an altar. This is clearly a sacrificial altar of some sort. There's a dagger, and you see old blood on the altar. But the runes, what few can parse, indicate that this doesn't require living sacrifices. Given enough time, you could piece together what the runes actually mean and how to use the altar to add power to your artifacts. If only you could understand the metaphysical concepts the runes are asking you to sacrifice. However, time is limited, and you feel the tunnels threatening to collapse at any moment. Perhaps this is one arcane mystery you pass by. You need to decide quickly. Okay, we can decrease morale by 1 to level up a treasure. For each additional morale you spend, you may level up a treasure if it hasn't been leveled up by this effect. Oh, you know what? I kind of actually like this, because the Grizzled Bear Claws would give me +3 attack, and I wouldn't suffer any negative. Although, again, that's terrible for that one card. It's good for all the rest. And then what would Bejeweled Top do? Just 2 dice by 1 or 1 die by 2. That's also great. I am actually going to do this. Okay, so that was 1 morale. So I don't get the damage bonus clear because I'm not in combat. And then another morale. That's boosting both my treasures up. That wasn't much of a trap, was it? Okay, now here's the other trap, and then the level 1 Guardian. I knew that was coming. Broken power source. Sparks, steam, even arcs of magic blast out from this huge device before you. This monstrosity of machine seems like it once did something vital for the city, you assume, but now the machine grinds along doing nothing? Something? You can't tell. You're baffled how such a large device could have been lost down in these tunnels. Regardless, your path requires you to walk past it. You keep to the far side of the tunnel to avoid the worst of the various dangerous expulsions. However, you're halfway past when you hear a high-pitched whine that grows quickly in intensity, followed by an explosion, as whatever powered this device unleashes all of its remaining energy at once. As you recover, you see the artifacts you carry absorb the remnants of the energy. Without them, you would have likely been utterly destroyed by the blast. Okay, roll a die and deal that much damage to each player. Well, I'm glad I didn't heal yet. If this deals 5 damage to each player, level up a treasure. This deals 6 damage to each player, level up 2 treasures. If any damage is prevented, do not level up any treasures. Well, that part's not going to happen. All right, 5 would be fine, because I would just flip everything. 6 I would not like, or 3. All right. And yeah, it doesn't much matter what's being flipped, 1, 2, 3, because I'm going to spend a morale to fully unflip before I go to the Guardian. Seems like the wisest move, I think. All right, let's get to our first mini-boss, Zoea. You're unsure what to call this thing before you. It vaguely resembles a misshapen infant crab, with overly large eyes, an almost insect-like body, and multiple limbs dangling from its floating body. But unlike crabs, this being is huge, and each limb ends in cruel claws. The limbs move erratically, and the claws spasm, making them particularly dangerous to be around, as you cannot predict their movements. Whatever this thing is, it's burrowing into the walls of a tunnel here. Given enough time, this thing could severely damage the infrastructure, but it's not enough to cause the tremors you felt. Something more exists below. All right, so it does 28 health. It just does 7 damage every round? Oh my gosh. This being has little controls over its claws. When a player would take damage, roll a die. Oh, decrease the damage received by the value rolled. So I'll take actually between, 6 and 1 damage. Its lack of control offers opportunities. If all damage is prevented to a player prior to rolling to reduce damage, place a severed counter on this Guardian. For each severed counter, permanently reduce the number of players attacked each round by 1. Oh, which means he would just not attack me at all. But I have no way to prevent damage. Well, I guess nailed to the eye, but I have to prevent it prior to rolling to reduce damage. So I'd have to prevent 7 damage in one go. So no. And on defeat, you get to level up a treasure. Yay. All right, so he's got 28 life. I'm doing +3 damage each round, and I can change 2 dice by 1 or 1 die by 2. All right. Well, let's see how it goes. All right, so I feel like I should maybe get nailed to the eye prepped. That'd be a 1 and a 4, which I already have. Yeah, I could do up, down, hard. Oh, that's right. I forgot that I now have the option of using the Bejeweled Top. It would let me change a die by 2 or 1. That's not going to lock in a perfect pair here. Well, here, a 4-4 or a 3-3 would fire this off. So what if I change one of these to be a 4? And I'll just reroll this 1 die twice. And that way, if I get another 4, it'll work out. Is my logic there sound at all? I'm not really sure. Okay, so that was my first reroll. I feel like I'm being dumb here. And then my oh, hey, that actually was stupidly lucky. Okay, so I'm going to combo up, high, down, hard, combo knock, knock, and combo nail to the eye. Although, again, I'm getting nothing this round. And I can use my passive to combo something again. Well, I guess nail to the eye doesn't even work without the second thing, so sure. All right, I guess that's just it. We just have to see how the boss hits us. All right, so it's 7 minus the die roll, so high would be good here. Okay, that's not too bad, so 3 damage gets through. So I guess this is kind of obvious. Let's flip over the 3 that we haven't used yet. All right, so then we start my turn. I've got 1 damage prevention queued up. Again, I don't know exactly how to mark that. Here, we've got nothing that deals burn right now, so sure. There we go. That's our 1 prevention. And then we're doing 5, 10 damage. Jeez, that thing is crazy. Bear claws, down to 18. So if I could just get a big attack or 2 attacks this round, I could kill him. Because I can do my free combo, and then I can flip this to do a combo on all of them. So now, of course, I can't fire them all off because that's 4 dice, that's 4 dice. So my best bet is to do 1 of, or 2 of the 3. Means I need a 1, 2, a 5, 6, a lot of 2s, or just some pairs. Okay. Pair. But then what is it? 1, 2, 5, 6. That's not really working. Well, maybe I lower this to a 1. Get that ready to go. Then again, I'm in this cruddy place where I'm trying to get pairs that are unlikely to materialize. All right, well, what the hey? We'll just keep a 6. Reroll number 1. That's a 5. Oh, which goes with that. Doesn't really help me anymore, though, does it? Gosh darn it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, did I really just roll a 1 and a 2 again? That's fine. It's not really fine, but it's sort of fine. All right, so I could get knock, knock, another combo. Am I going to die from their attack, though? Hopefully not. And I can certainly fire off up, down, or up, high, down, hard. So I can use my free combo on that. And then, it probably makes more sense to use the pair here to add a 3rd combo there. And then I can fire it off to deal 8 plus 3. Wait, is it 8? Yeah. 8 plus 3 is 11. So he's down to 7. What's sort of terrifying, though, is that I can't do anything with those. I only have 1 damage prevention, so I could really get my butt kicked here. Well, so it goes. So he's coming for me. 7 damage minus. Oh, thank God. So minus 5 is 2 damage. Minus my 1 prevention from nail to the eye is 1 damage. And let's flip knock, knock for the 1. Although, that means I'm actually going to get any free damage next turn. But all I got to do is get 2 pairs. With my Bejeweled Top, I feel like that's definitely going to happen, maybe, right? All right, so let's go ahead and try this. We just got to do 7 damage, which means the combo is fine. Yeah, I just need 2 pairs of anything. That'll do it. Okay, cool. So let's use my free combo. I don't have to flip my character, although I might as well, because clearly I'm going to heal in a second, so that would get me to... 4 combo isn't any better than 3 combo. And then I will do 2 pair to fire this off, dealing 8 plus 3, 11 damage, and then I would prevent 3 damage total, but he's already dead. Yay! And then, I'll definitely use morale to flip everything back over. Oh, and sorry, I would have lost 1 for fighting the Guardian, too. And what's 16? I would have made one of my dice wild this round. Well, that would have been nice. And the ground here is saturated with magical refuse, and you find that one of your artifacts has absorbed some of the residue. Level up a treasure. How good are these claws? Plus 4 damage. Or the Bejeweled Top. Adjust 3 dice by 1 or 1 die by 3. Kind of like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for that one. All right, there we go. All right, and we're down to level 2. Oh, and we're right into a boss fight. Or not a boss fight, but just a regular fight. Tier 2 monster, Dark Elf Fighter. The Dark Elf before you has lost connection with reality. She moves with puppet-like motions. The movement's smooth but unnatural. As you look closer, you realize that the body is comatose, even though it moves with purpose. And you realize that her shadow is moving separately from her. This is the sad fate of shadow elven women who suffer traumatic brain damage. Born with a shadow twin, the women normally live symbiotically with their other half, their physical working in tandem with and providing their sensory input to their shadowy counterparts. But if the brain is rendered inert, the shadow entity no longer has any input to the world. In some cases, they can control the body, using their own shadow knives and those of their sister to protect her from the dangers surrounding them. Unfortunately, this one is blocking your path forward, and they strike too effectively to bypass them. All right, so let's see. Only 20 health. That's not bad. Attack, deal 2 damage to one player. That's not bad either. Oh, the two sisters fight together and separately at the same time. Create a copy of this monster. It cannot be attacked or damaged by attacks, but is affected by treasures and other effects like Spore Burn, which I have none of. But, okay. When the Dark Elf fighter is defeated, this one is defeated too. And on defeat, the energy of the Shadow Sister's death infuses your artifact. If the party defeated the copy, not using the monster's special ability, level up a treasure, which is impossible for us to do. So we're going to be taking two damage attacks around, which is way better than the last few fights we've had. And we just got to do 20 damage to kill the main Dark Elf fighter. And we do lose morale, by the way. Yeah, I'm not even going to mark the sister's life because, again, we can't affect her with any of our abilities. All right, so I just got to do 20, which is not too bad, especially with my +3 bonus. And, that's a lot of one number, aren't they? Well, knock knock would work well. We don't really need body shredder. Sun and moon still sucks. Up high, down hard. We could get a few going, right? I'd really like to get nail to the eye. We already got knock knock and up down or up high, down hard, so we can do that. So wait, what can we do? We can 3 dice by 1 or 1 die by 3, and we have to do that. Now, 3 dice by 1 almost gets me to 4 4s for the 4-figure fracture, which would have been awesome. But here, let's reduce that 1 by 1, and both of these down to a pair of 2s, which still queues up to high, down hard. Nail to the eye seems unlikely. Oh, do I want to prevent damage? I guess I do, but all right, so we'll just try to roll for a 1 a couple times. No, and no. I feel like I'm making the worst dice decisions ever here. But we do get to fire off both of these, which will definitely deal some nice damage in a moment. And then we can do our free combo. They're really pretty much equivalent, aren't they? So it doesn't matter too much. And yeah, I think if I can fire those off next round, I should be able to kill the guys pretty easily. But now I am tanking, 2 damage from each of them. So 4. All right. There we go. And then I don't think I need to heal, do I? So this is going to do 5, 10 damage. And then I think if I fire either of these off, that should be the clincher. So yeah, so if 2 plus 3 is 5, 2 plus 3 is 10. Yeah, all her free little attacks are pretty crazy with this bear claw. Okay, and what do we need? 1, 2. I guess that's already enough. So yeah, okay, this is going to be pretty easy then. I could even boost it up a little bit. Oh, that's right, I have to change something. So I don't know. Hey, you, become a 5. So I can add a combo with that. I can add a combo with that. Fire it off for 15 damage. Yeah, they're super dead. And then, clearly, I will be spending a morale, because otherwise that'd be silly. Remember, I don't get the bonus level up because I didn't defeat the shadow. Oh, and we get, if in a combat, each player makes 2 of their dice. What, dang it, I'm never in a combat when I'm getting these little morale bonuses. And by the way, there are, how many fights in total? 2 regular monsters and a guardian for each of the 3 levels. So that's 9, plus the final boss is 10. So I'm through 4 out of 10, and not quite halfway. So, doing all right. Event, Very Lost Merchant. The man before you drags around a cart with a wheel that no longer turns as well as it's flat on one side. There's a lantern that's barely holding together, rocking wildly on the top. The cart has been patched and repaired an untold number of times, and the man himself looks slightly deranged, yet also very professional. He's worn ragged, his clothes torn and dirty. Seems like he's tried to clean himself several times using the rather unhygienic waters down this deep, so you make sure to keep some distance as you talk. Welcome. I came down here by accident and then was chased deeper and deeper. The only thing that has kept me alive is that I found that the more intelligent beings are willing to trade. But let me tell you, the treasures that are down here are worth it. I'll return to the surface someday, but for right now I have quite the inventory I'm building. Perhaps I can offer you a trade? And so I draw 2 treasures, and I can either take one at level 1 or level up a treasure, but discard the 2 drawn treasures. Oh, and lose a morale as he accidentally positions his cart in your way. Okay. All right, so let's see what we got. Filigreed Golem. Oh, this is a complicated one. I had this before. This counts as a player during combat, increasing the health, damage, and special effects of enemies. So, like, I would have to deal with level 2 enemies instead of level 1. Replace this treasure in a 5... No, okay. It has 7 health. It can be healed by abilities that heal and is healed to full health when the party spends morale to refresh. If it reduces 0 health, it's discarded and the party loses 2 morale. And it does 6 damage automatically each round. But the enemies would have, like, double the life. What's this? Prismatic Shards. At the start of the round, choose 1 effect. Okay. Player deals their damage as burn, but they gain a burn, which just, like, keeps on hurting you and doesn't go away, so that's terrible. 1 player gains a wild dice equal to this treasure's level. 1 other player loses 1 die. How does that work for solo, y'all? I guess I would both gain and lose the die. I mean, it says one other player, but the other items like specifically called out solo. So yeah, I would just play that I get to trade a die for a wild die. That's kind of amazing. Deal one player 1 unpreventable damage. Prevent damage equal to this treasure's level. Meh. It's not really good when it's only level 1. One player exhausts a power after this enemy attack phase. One player heals equal to this treasure's level. Yeah, none of these are good until it levels up. One player loses their rerolls. Deal damage equal to this treasure's level. Nope. One player discards a power. All other players may replace a number of powers equal to this treasure's level. Again, I would say that just both applies to me. Ooh, so I could get rid of the Sun and Moon. That's basically a dead card with my Grizzly Bear Claws. Yeah, I mean, either way, this is definitely the choice. I like this treasure. Let's do it. All right, and clearly we're going to keep going. Trap, Visions of the Future. You have to take a break. You push yourselves hard to get here, and you're now gasping for breath, your legs getting shaky and sweat dripping from your body. You take just a short rest, and the combination of exhaustion, humidity, and oppressive pressure from the thousands of tons of stone above you combine into a brief and unsatisfying slumber. But perhaps it isn't your wariness that caused you to sleep. In fact, you are certain that there is something more sinister because you fall into a dream, an endless dream about running through the tunnels, going deeper and deeper. Your run ends at a beast, its amphibian form unlike any monster you've encountered so far, and you begin fighting it. It feels like you're remembering a battle not yet fought. You wake immediately after, your limbs throbbing with phantom pain from blows not blocked. Okay, each player predicts 6 values that roll on the dice. Then each player rolls all their dice, matching their rolls to their predictions. For each prediction that doesn't have a match, we take 1 damage. If any player correctly predicts all 6 values, what? Okay. I don't know. 1 of each number. Boom. Oh, that was a pretty bad roll for this. So 1, 2, 5, and a whole lot of nothing. Okay, so that's 3 damage. Lovely. Do I have any chance to survive a fight with 3 of my things hurt? I'm just going to spend a morale and heal before the next card. I don't know. Trap, don't look back. The gods are fickle is a common saying among the lay folk to represent the vagaries of life. In this case, though, it's not gods, plural, but one particular god who has decided that now is the perfect time to seek some entertainment at your and possibly the city's expense. Apparently, hundreds of thousands of lives, if not millions in the balance, isn't enough of a thrill for one god as they briefly trap you in a bubble of time. There are no words, but none are needed as the god simply deposits in your minds what it expects of you. Worse, though, the god seems not to care that their game is rigged, leaving you with pain and hardship even if you win. Okay, choose even or odd, then draw a random card from the boss deck discard. Check what type of card it is, trap, event, monster, or guardian. Count up the total number of that card type, including the one chosen in the boss deck discard pile. If your prediction is correct, all players suffer 2 damage. If your prediction is incorrect, immediately fight a random monster from the discard pile. If there's no monster from the discard pile, lose 2 morale instead. Maybe I should not have healed so quickly. All right, I think most of them are even, like the traps, and I think we've seen traps and events in equal number. So let's see. Trap, yeah, so I said even. And now I check if 1, 2, 3, 4 traps. Yay! So what do? I take 2 damage. Wah. Okay, I'll get rid of Sun and Moon because dumb, and 4-figure fracture because it's hard to fire off. And now I'm not going to spend a morale. Dang it. Oh, it's a monster. It's a mud elemental. You find that the solid stone and packed dirt is giving way to, at first, a slightly damp ground with more puddles than you would expect in these tunnels. Then it becomes wet earth that your feet sink into. Finally, it becomes full-blown mud, making your steps much more laborious as you fight the suction. You start to become concerned. This level of mud shouldn't exist in these tunnels, and you get the sense that this is a work of either a monster or an elemental magic gone wrong. In the end, it is both. A mud elemental formed by some mage and then abandoned in these tunnels. Perhaps it was meant to keep the tunnels clear, or perhaps it was meant to protect its creator. In either case, it seems to have failed its mission, and now you must fight it to pass. Okay, 25. Oh, only 1 damage to each player. That's nothing. But at the end of each round, we have to put a die on it. And the monster pulls in the mud it's created, unleashing devastating assault. However, it also frees you. At the start of every 4th round, roll all dice on mud elemental. So that means we would have 3 dice. For each die that rolls a 1 or 2, deal 2 damage to the party, regain those dice, and reset the special. Okay, on defeat, the mud congeals on your skin. It limits your mobility, but the slickness does offer some new possibilities. The party sets aside 2 dice of any value. The next round of combat, they cannot be rolled, but they can be used by any player to activate abilities. All right, so this actually sounds like a pretty straightforward fight for Gaz, just because I do so much free damage, especially with my bear claws. Okay, at the start of the round, I'm going to... where was it? Let's do discard a power. All our players may replace a number of powers equal to this treasure's... Well, actually... I don't really know how this works, because discarding means it's gone. So yeah, I guess that wouldn't actually help me. But here, we'll do the one where we can get rid of a die to get a wild die. Now, I don't really know for wild dice, do I have to choose this value now? Let's say that I don't, and I'm just rolling 5 dice. Maybe. I'm not really sure. Okay, I got, what do I want? I want 4s or 3s, pair, 1 and 4. Okay, so I guess that could be the 3s. That's right, I got wild. So the 1 could be that. Oh, I guess I got the 5s. Oh, and then I have to decrease a die by 3. Or if it's a wild, I could say it's a 1 and then increase it to 4. I don't know. Some effects of this game are not as clear as I would like. So yeah, that'll be a combo and a combo and a combo. I don't think this mud guy's gonna be very happy with me. And then I'll use my power to gain another combo here. Okay, and then he hits me for 1, and I have to lose a die to him. All right. Okay, then I go again. Prismatic shards still feel kind of useless, or I don't really know. I got a wild die. Why not? And boop. Okay, 2 6s, a 1 and a 2. Oh, but first, sorry, I forgot. I'm doing 10 damage to him. So he's only got 15 left, and I'm preventing the 1 damage he's dealing to me. Oh, so actually, I don't even care, do I? Because he doesn't do his super attack until round 4. So at the start of round 3, I'll do 10 and block his only. Oh, I guess I do need to hit him at some point. Well, here, I mean, I think this works pretty well. I can get that to be another combo, and I can use my free combo, and I can fire it off with 4 to do. 15. He's already dead. Never mind. But of course, this does flip. Dang it, I forgot to take the morale again, didn't I? If in combat, each player's attack deals +2 damage this round, does that count when, like, the attack is what moved it? Probably it does. So I probably would have... Oh, no, I didn't do any damage from the first round. Okay, and then I'm taking another morale because I am going to heal fully. And I get to set 2 dice to whatever I want. You know what? Let's do 2 4s. This is from, like, the mud effect to maybe finally do that 4-figure fracture. All right, we got one more before the Guardian. Crude Alarm. To call this alarm system here crude is a bit of an understatement. It is simply dozens of ropes with all sorts of scrap metal tied into them, dangling from the ceiling. But while it's incredibly primitive, it's also effective. It would take you several hours to fully dismantle this alarm silently. Unfortunately, that's time you don't have. However, if you don't mind making some noise, you can leave some objects scattered throughout the lines that might be of interest. Or you could use the alarm to draw forth any nearby monsters to fight them in a more advantageous position. Okay, if the top of the boss deck is a vendor trap, level up a treasure. No. Top of the boss deck is an enemy. Choose one. Yeah, I mean, it's a guardian. So we can level up a treasure or do not decrease morale by 1. I feel like not decreasing morale is probably the better choice. All right, so here we go. Megalopa. This is undoubtedly a more advanced, older, or evolved version of the flailing creature you encountered earlier. It's a very concerning sign, as that likely means there are more of these things deeper in the tunnels. The creature looks more like a crustacean than its younger counterpart, but there's definitely something wrong. The creature floats like a jellyfish through the water, ignoring you entirely. You briefly consider leaving the beast alone, but you reconsider when it suddenly spins in a whirlwind of fury, tearing into the walls of a tunnel, searching for something. You don't know what it is, but the level of devastation it's creating will doom the city above if left unchecked. So he's 35. If there was roll a die, if the result is 1, 2, 3, deal that much damage plus 0 for 1 player. So he's dealing 1, 2, or 3 half the time. If it's a 4, 5, or 6, deal that much damage to 1 player. Oh. So literally for solo, it's just whatever it rolls, it hits for. Creature drifts in the air like flotsam on the sea, lessening your blows. Damage dealt to the Megalopa by abilities is halved, rounded up. Damage from rolls and treasures is not affected by this effect. Okay, well, this is boosting my attack, so I'm assuming that would still be halved. Okay, we level up a treasure, of course. I've got my 2 save 4s, and you know what? I'm just finding the prismatic shards confusing. I'm just not going to use it. This reminds me a bit of like Too Many Bones or those kind of things where just like sometimes it's hard to tell what the cards mean just because there's so friggin' many cards. I would think this would be a nightmare to like play test and figure out, ooh, I finally got, let's do it. 4-figure fracture, and oh, I got it, crud. I have to change, what is it, 1 die by 3 or 3 dice by 1? Is that what it was? Okay, I can see now why that's maybe not great. Well, I'll change 1 die by 3 and then try to, I don't know. If I roll it and I get a 3, that's fine. All right, so let's do my first reroll. 5, and for my second reroll, a 4. Great. Well, I'm still just going to do 4-figure fracture and combo it. And then he's attacking me. And oh, God, 5 damage. Well, I guess I don't want to lose the 4-figure fracture, right? So am I going to use a morale? I guess I should. Yep, we get down to 10. In that case, I wish I'd flipped my roll to get an extra combo. All right, so I get to roll these right. I'm assuming the mud thing is done. And let's see, I would like to get some more 4s. And I can change up to 3 dice. So that's actually pretty easy here. So let's do that now. So we'll go 1. It doesn't really matter which ones. 2, 3. Okay. So let me do 4-figure fracture in a second, although I want to boost it first. As of these ones, I don't know. First reroll. Hey, look at that. Yay, we can do up high, down hard. So 1 there. I will use my free combo here, of course. Oh, sorry, I get to do 7 damage to him. Oh, crud, I forgot about the halving. It's halved, rounded up. Okay, so 8. If it's rounded up, so 4. Oh, gosh, it only does 1 for my free damage from the thing. God, in retrospect, maybe I should have, I don't know, set up knock knock. Well, let's try this out. So I'm doing 12 plus 3, 15, divided, rounded up, 8. That is not enough, yo. That is not enough. Yeah, he's only got a 23. What the heck? Okay, he attacks back. Gosh darn it. This is bad. I lose that combo. Remember, this all happened before I get to use morale. Then I got to permanently lose 2. Well, definitely this one that I never use. And then, the armor thing is probably good. The damage prevention, I feel like, is not as easy to fire off. Okay, I guess I'll get rid of that. Not feeling great about my chances all of a sudden. Definitely lose another morale to flip, because otherwise I'm just dead, and I have no combo set up. Gosh darn it. All right. So I got to adjust some things. Okay, I can't get the 4s, but the pairs should be pretty doable. Here, I can go down, up, and make them all 3s. That seems reasonably good. Yeah, so let's not reroll anything. Let's just do up, down thing, and knock twice maybe, and then I'll combo that one again with my free one. And let's not roll so high this time, okay? Let's roll hey, see, that's a lovely roll. I can deal with that one easily. Oh, you know what? I just realized knock is way better if I'm interpreting things right, because since it's multi-attack, it's separately, technically 2 separate attacks, which I think each will be boosted by Grizzly Claws. So that means its basic effect would not be 5 damage. It would be 2 4 damage attacks. Oh my gosh, that's way better. But that's fine. Okay, so do I spend morale? God, I think I have to, right? 8. If in a combat, each player gains a wild die this round. So that's a 7th die, I guess? All right, fine. See, I think is it a 7th die? I don't know. The rule book, I think I missed it maybe. I didn't see them explain wild dice in any kind of true clarity. Oh, sorry. So I'm doing, what is it? 4, 4. So that'll be 2 each. So 4 damage gets through. And this one is 5 halved 3. So that's 7. So that's 16 damage. All right. Now I got to change some values. I want to be able to do this one maybe, which would mean lowering or changing 2 of those into 2s. The last one I can't really do anything with. All right, so let's just roll all 3 of these and try to get another 2, I guess. So first reroll, no, this might be a bad idea. And second reroll, no, crud. Okay, how do I salvage this? I guess any pair can do that. And then can I fire this off? I do have 5, 6. Okay, so I could boost this up pretty well. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm gonna do a combo here. I'll do my free combo. You know what? Why am I not flipping my power? Because I'm getting hurt so much. So I'll boost both of these to 4. And then I will do this to do 12, so only 6 damage. So he's down to 10. So I think if I can survive his next hit, I can finish him off with knock knock. And what's the point of taking a morale to get a single card back? Now just let him hit me and hope that I don't die. Crud. Oh, God. If I want to... yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we're going to call the game after this. But at least I can kill him before that happens. Oh, was I supposed to have another die last round? Whatever. I forgot. Yeah. Let's just try to get knock knock. Whatever. I'm going to kill this guy. That's all. So I do 4 more damage to him. So he's down to 6, which clearly means if I can get 4 2s, then I will win. And that's... Oh, no, that's not going to do it. Crud. I can get 1, 2, 3 2s. All right, same situation I was in last time. And hey, there we go. All right, so I kill him. And then, yeah, we're super dead. Even just facing the 2 tier 3 monsters, 1, 2, and the tier 3 guardian and the boss would leave us with 4 morale returns, and I've got no cards anyway. Yeah, I didn't play that very well at all. But that is a little look at Catharsis, Divine Wrath. Again, the thing currently on crowdfunding is not Divine Wrath, or maybe it's included. I don't know what they're going to have on there, but it's mainly about reprinting the original base game, which I've not played. But I hope that was useful for any of you considering the game. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. William F., Nick Skeen, Pedro Lucas, Steve Wren, Miles, and Wayne Scott. We'll see you at the next stop.